Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to everyone here in the room with us tonight, everyone joining us through the live stream. It's another winter's night here in Bendigo. Glad you've chosen to spend it with the team here at Ray White Bendigo. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who I haven't met, my name is Tim Hannett. It's my privilege to be your auctioneer for this evening. My job tonight is a simple one, to make sure that two good properties find the right buyers and that nobody drives home regretting the bid they didn't make. The first thank you of the night belongs to, as it always should, our vendors. A set of keys is an easy thing to hand over. The years behind them are not. For our owners tonight, thank you for trusting Ray White with both of those. Our selling agents that are here with us tonight, your campaign managers, Sinead, Sophia. The work behind tonight happens over weeks, not hours. And our bidder turnout tonight tells that story. You'll notice here again, we are at home. Auctioning from our own office here in 27 Queen Street. So settle in and make yourselves comfortable. We've got two lots on the card tonight, a piece of evoking history with 3 incomes attached, including, yes, a laundromat. And one of the best blocks you'll find anywhere in Kennington. It's a short list, but it's a strong one. So let's set our expectations once again where they should be, ladies and gentlemen, and that is high. The auction tonight, ladies and gentlemen, will be conducted in accordance with the rules and any additional conditions made available prior to the commencement of today's proceedings. The rules prevent an auctioneer from accepting bids or offers on a property after the property has been knocked down to the successful bidder. The rules prevent false bids, major disruptions from bidders and bidders attempting to prevent others from bidding, and provides fines for such conduct. Our vendors tonight have set reserve prices. As auctioneer, I will indicate bidders on request. The rules do permit vendor bids. Only I, as the auctioneer, can place a vendor bid. The words I will use to indicate I am making a bid on behalf of the vendor are quite simply vendor bid. So before we move on, ladies and gentlemen, are there any questions about the contracts as they've been on display for the last half an hour or over the campaign, or the rules as we've conducted them tonight? Lovely. The only time that I like silence in the room at an auction, ladies and gentlemen. Well, here we go. Let's get Bendigo on the move again and head in to our first property. The property described on certificate of title volume 10719, folio 280, which is a number I'll grant you that has very little romance to it. So let's use the name that is carried for the better part of a century. Trelawney House, 63 Rutherford Street. Property is offered for sale on an unconditional contract looking for a deposit of 10%, with 730 or 60 days unless prior arrangements have been made. Now, most properties tonight, anywhere in Victoria, will offer you a home. This now offers you a township address, a piece of history, and 3 ways to get paid, all on one title. At its heart sits Trelawney House, that solid residence from the 1920s in the centre of Avoca. Once at front of High Street, today greets you from Rutherford Street. With the original grand concrete steps, the bullnose veranda, still doing exactly what they were built to do, turning heads. Inside, the character comes standard, the high ceilings, the sash windows, the decorative mantles and open fireplaces, fresh with those new floor coverings, fresh paint and updated bathroom. The kitchen, the wood heater, gas cooking, the dining room that will happily serve as a 3rd bedroom should you need. It's a generous living room, warmed by that wood and cooled by that split system. But here's what makes this lot different, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't come alone. Attached to the title are 2 adjoining high street shops, number 134 and 136. One of them a fully functional laundromat ready to keep earning from day one. Commercial 1 zoning, dual street frontage, and rental appraisals that stack up to roughly $1,000 a week across the 3. Live in the house, run the shops, lease all 3, and let Avoca pay your mortgage. Or pick any combination in between the property genuinely does not mind. Investors, business owners, tree changers with an entrepreneurial streak. This is Heritage Charm with a balance sheet. And one more thing said plainly, as we saw that previous contract wasn't able to settle, that the vendors tonight are committed to getting the result. They're not here to warehouse the property, ladies and gentlemen, they're here to sell it tonight. So it's Heritage on one street, income on the other. Where do we see a fair and reasonable opening bidder offer for this beautiful property here at 63 Rutherford Street in Avoca? We've got our phone bidders here tonight. Don't both of you rush me at once. Let's start it wherever you like, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Mexican standoff that neither of them realise that they're in at the moment. Where do we see the start? I'm happy to kick it off if we need to. I'd rather not. Don't give away all my secrets, Bradley. We need to keep something in the bag. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if there's no opening bid, we're going to kick it away. We'll keep things nice and quick tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll start with a vendor bid here at $450,000 and looking for a rise now of 20 if you had to 470. We're 450, take it to 470 if you will. 450 with a vendor bid. We'll call it away if we need to. But 450,000, ladies and gentlemen. First call at 450. Second at 450, looking for 470. Third at 470. We need to have a look here, boys. So at 450,000, just remember, the highest bidder will have that opportunity to negotiate exclusively with the agents, have a look at the vendor's reserve price and go from there. 450 looking for 470. Anywhere you like to get you in front now. We'll call it away one more time. First, second, third and final call at 450. We'll be done and silent. We're all quiet. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to take a quick break for a moment. We're just going to pause and see some instructions. We'll be right back. gentlemen, thank you for bearing with us for a couple of minutes. We've just had a good conversation with our vendor and we've got our instructions on what to do here. So the current bid is at $450,000 on the vendor bid. If there's no further movement, we'll be passing the property in on that $450,000. We might have something else happening over here.
Yeah, we might have. Yeah. Just getting the old on with it.
We've rolled out the big guns now. We've got Russ, our sales manager, on the phone now, ladies and gentlemen. We're currently sitting at $450 on a vendor bid. We'll see what we get out of the phone bidder over here. So we've now got a third phone bidder in the game, ladies and gentlemen, of $450,000. So on that vendor bid, we'll call it away one more time. First, second,
Just wait 1 moment, please.
second and a half, second and 3/4. We might have Russ onto something here, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful property. It has beautiful income. From day one, you'll start making money. As I said earlier, at the town of Avoca, pay the mortgage off for you. $460 on the phone now, so we'll take the $460. We're at $450 now, $460 on the phone with Russell. Can we get to $470 now with anyone in the room? We'll be able to pass the property in on the live bid over here at $460,000, ladies and gentlemen. $460 at the back of the room now on the phone. First, second, third and final call wheel. Done and silent on the phone at the front here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with no further movement, no further bids or offers, we'll be looking to pass the property in at $460,000 to Russell and his phone bidder on the phone over there, ladies and gentlemen. So if you do have interest beyond that, just stick around because we might be able to talk to the agent, but we'll pass the property in, Russell, to yourself, phone bidder over there, and you'll be able to enter negotiations with the agents.
When I first started in real estate, I was an assistant, just learning, observing and soaking up everything that I could about the industry. I was very fresh from school, obviously didn't know too much about the industry at all. However, I just loved being able to get out and about, chat with people in the community and help them with their next step. Over the years, I've worked hard, not just to build my knowledge, but also my relationships with clients, colleagues and the community. After many transactions, I've learned that the industry is not just about property, it's more about people and helping them move to the next chapter of their lives. Now, running my own team, I feel proud of the changes I've gone through in the last 5 years. Every sale, every milestone, and every happy client has shaped where I am today and makes me grateful for all the amazing people I have met over the journey. I'm passionate about constantly growing and having goals to work towards, not just at work, but also personally. Outside of work, my partner and I have been able to do a renovation, sell it, and at the moment, we're currently building our next home, which is pretty exciting. Growing up in Bendigo, I'm lucky to have my family close by. I love spending time with them, my friends, and my two pups, Rio and Lenny. I also do love to travel when I get some time away. I've always believed that putting in extra work and genuine care is really what makes the difference between just doing the job or really helping where I can. Whether it's helping a first home buyer, guiding a family through their next move, or an investor trusting us to help find their right property, I'll put in the extra effort to do what I can to make it a seamless process.
How did you find the auction process working with Arabella and Delaney? How did you find that process?
Excellent, honestly. They're very, very good.
Working in the industry for the past 5 years has just been the beginning. I'm Delaney from Ray White Bendigo, and I look forward to helping you with your next sale or purchase.
My second and final property of the evening described on certificate of title volume 09819, folio 217. Detail the conveyance's door, but the rest of us happily trade it for the friendlier name of 35 Greenwood Drive, Kennington. Property is offered tonight on an unconditional contract for a deposit of 10%, with settlement in a very flexible 30, 60, 90 days, however you like it. If lot 1 tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is about the buildings, then lot 2 is about the land underneath them. Over 1,000 square metres of it in one of Kennington's most sought after pockets. In this suburb, blocks of this size are not so much bought as inherited, and tonight this one is simply up for grabs. The home itself is a refreshed brick residence, 3 generously sized bedrooms, a main bathroom with a walk-in shower. Comfortable today and currently returning $460 a week from tenants that are on a month-to-month lease, which means you get to choose your own adventure. Keep the tenants and bank the income from day one, or settle the vacant possession and take the keys for yourself. The position, ladies and gentlemen, does the rest of the talking. Walking distance to La Trobe University, Bendigo South East College, and the Kennington Village, with the Bendigo CBD only 5 minutes up the road. Students, families, professionals, everybody wants to live here, which is precisely why landlords want to own it. Then there's tomorrow. On a block size in this pocket, a pocket this tight, the potential for future improvement may be a development subject, as always, to those beautiful friends over at council and their approval. It's a quiet giant standing behind every bid. It's a big block of reliable income. It's the blue chip Kennington address. Buy it for what it earns today and hold it for what it becomes tomorrow. So our last one of the night, who wants to open the bidding for us at 35 Greenwood Drive here in Kennington? We get the traditional silence that we have at these properties and auctions all the time, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to kick it off again if we need to on a vendor bid. There's no action in the room or on any earphones or anything tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm quite happy to kick it off with a vendor bid at $570,000. With me and the vendor here at $570,000. We see a rise taking us to $590,000 from $570,000, puts you in the box seat to maybe negotiate on that price and see that vendor's reserve. So at $570,000, ladies and gentlemen, first, second, third and final call. We're all done in silence. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further bids, no further action in the room, at $570,000, we will pass the property in on a vendor bid. If there is anyone here on phones in the room with conditional interest in the property, please feel free to have a talk to the lady. Ladies and gentlemen, brings us again to tonight's proceedings. Thank you again to our vendors for the privilege, to our agents, to Sinead and Soph, their campaigns, the media team at the back of the room getting everything ready as well. Tonight has to think about owning property, ladies and gentlemen, selling it, leasing it, or simply wondering what it's worth. Reach out to the team here at Ray White. We'll be back in the room before you know it, ladies and gentlemen, in 2 weeks' time. Until then, on behalf of all of us at Ray White Bendigo, travel home safe. Good night.